welcome to Cyber Petagum once again. So in this episode we're going to look at another Thirumurai song, hymn, however you want to say it, by the exponent Thirunyanasambanthar. Again from Thirumurai 1. Here I'm going to leave you a small brief. You can also see that in my description box below. Here this song, I want to put this additional info here because some of you might think like, you know, this girl is talking, probably I don't even know whether it's true or not, or probably just simply you just feel like you do want to check out the real text, the original text. Probably you won't get any elucidation in English. However, if you could like read Tamil slowly, even a bit, you can try looking into the original text, how these songs are being elucidated or explained by great philosophers, by the experts. Alright, so here this is how you have to find for this song. This song is located in the first Tirumurai. It's placed in the first Tirumurai, Padigam number 116, song number 1. So the song goes as Avvinaikku Ivvinaiyam endru sollum agudariveer. So now we'll look at how to sing the song and then we'll be right back to check out the meaning. Tiruchitrambalam Avvinaikku Ivvinaiyam endru sollum agudariveer. Avvinaikku Ivvinaiyam endru sollum agudariveer. Uivinai நாடாது இருப்பதும் உன் தமக்கு உணமன்றே. உய்வினை நாடாது இருப்பதும் உன் தமக்கு உணமன்றே. கைவினை செய்தெம்பிரான் கழல் போற்றுதும் நாமடியோ. கைவினை செய்தெம்பிரான் கழல் போற்றுதும் நாமடியோ. செய்வினை வந்தமை தீண்டப்பெறா tirunīlakantam. செய்வினை வந்தமை தீண்டப்பெறா, செய்வினை வந்தமை தீண்டப்பெறா tirunīlakantam. Tiruchitrambalam. Okay, that's how you sing the song. Now let's go to the meaning. So here the song starts as Avvinaikku Ivvinaiyam endru sollum agudariveer. ஞானசம்பந்தர் makes a statement here. You know, he did that. That's why he's like going through this. In English, he simply says like karma, you know. He did that. So now he's like experiencing this. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you experience bad things in your life. This is like the universal law. Usually people would say, you know. ஞானசம்பந்தர் states that as a claim here. So he says that you know. So here I want to stop for a while. This is the verse which is the theme of the entire Padigam, which follows with like another 10 songs, 10 hymns. It's like Padigam is like a compilation of 10 songs. So this is the theme of the song. So he says everybody knows, all of you. He says like agudariveer, you all, you know that if you do good, you experience good. If you do bad, you experience bad. If you do that, that's why, you know, he did that. That's why this happened. You know, that's how he places this verse. What he means by this is like, here's the place where Siddhanta Saivam, the philosophy part of Saivism, explains this as the Vinay Kolgai in Tamil. Vinay Kolgai means like it is the theory of action where as a soul we were given body and we were sent to this world to do a lot of to gain experience. How do you gain experience? You do a lot of verb, you do a lot of action, you know, you do good action, you do bad action, and then you learn from that. If you do good action, you experience happiness, and if you do bad actions, then it gives out bad sad depression. Okay, so that's how the universal law works in this world, right? So he says, but if you look closely, sometimes people say, like, you know, we plan always in life, everybody, each second we plan for something. You know, we want to do good to somebody. For example, we would just this is gonna be horrific, but I'm just gonna put it out there, right? So we as a parent, we think, like, you know, our child is going to university, going through a bus, like he's getting there by a bus, and it's like a hassle. Then we think, like, okay, we just want to like pamper him, give him more comfort, we buy him a vehicle. Probably like in 2 months time he speeded the vehicle, and probably he got into accident. Though our intention was good to make his journey easier, however, it had only left him with a bad effect, bad result. But if you think about it, do we have control of it? Probably we would have even done so much of research. We would have like gone through like so many brands of cars. We already like wisely advised him, like we made him sit, we talked to him, we told him what is the danger on the road. We also like have googled through all the vehicle possible. Then we even like bought him, like probably thought like Volkswagen, however you say it, you know, that car is probably very it's like very high pickup, it's very you can just go speed with it. So like probably didn't buy that. Probably we gone with BMW because we thought like BMW is like much more stronger in the body, so even he collides with something, he's gonna be safe. We checked on all the airbag system, if it's everything is secured, even he got into an accident, he would be just perfectly fine. We did all our research, yet the result is not in our hands. We can't control the after effect of it. We just can do the action. We never know what is the result. So that's the bad thing. We want to do bad to somebody. Probably we intentionally, you know, plan bad things to somebody, but then it turned out to be such a good result for them. That's not also in our hands, you know, we can't plan it. So that's the scenario. That's when we learn, after some years, we learn that actually we can just try. Here's where like Thiruvalluvar says, Vaguttan Vagutta Vali Allal Kodi Toguttarkum Tuithalaridu. Though we plan so perfectly, no matter like we plan million things, only what God has blessed us with will happen. What God says will happen, only God's plan will be executed. We can just have the fun of planning, you know, that kind of thing. So like along the way we will realize something, that's a superpower beyond our control, which actually directs the after effect of the action that we do. You know, though we say it as like it's with a good intention, still how it applies on certain situation and what it results is totally different things. Okay, so that's how Nyanasambanthar says it. This one you know, right? We already know. Okay, that's like something that you know. But what you should think about it is, he's telling in the second line where he says, Uivinai nadadu irupadum untamakku unamandre, which is like unamandro. He's questioning us again. He's saying, so you know that you can't determine, like, though you know doing good will only give us good karma, brings us good things, yet you know like that's not in your control. So all you have to do is you have to believe or surrender onto the superpower which is like beyond, like which is like bigger than you, right? So Uivinai means the activities which improves you out of this complicated situation, you know, which elevates you out of this complicated situation, is the liberation, the spiritual liberation which God has. So you know that you should be doing that. But here Uivinai Nadadu means you are not really like going through it. Though you know all this is happening in this world, still we choose to be very, very worldly kind of people. We still think like, though like we have faced so many downfall, like we know like we can't really control situations in life, yet we never give up. You know, in Tirukural he also says there's a adhigaram called Pedamai. Thiruvalluvar says Pedamai. Here he says like, you know, ignorance pretty much. You have read about it, you know, like all the scriptures are saying like you have a supreme being who is like much more supreme to you, and only surrendering to him will lead you it will elevate you to betterment. We have read about it through our experience. We know like nothing we can plan. Definitely the supreme power which is like directing things accordingly, not really from what your own wish. Everything in every way we know that, but yet we just feel like, you know, the ignorance make us feel like, you know what, okay, today I have to go to temple, it's fine, I can just take excuse another day, you know, or maybe I could have tried better, I'm just gonna try it better next time, I'm gonna plan it much more. Okay, this aspect I didn't see it, so next try I'm just gonna be so perfect. Although we know that's not possible. Yeah, so Uivinai Nadadu Irupadum Tamaku Unamandro means, isn't that such a disability for you? Isn't that such a flaw in you? Like, why are you not seeking for the way out, right? Then he says in the third line, what is the way out? Then he says, Kaivinai Seidu Empiran Kadal Potrudum Namadiyum. Kaivinai means here in Saivism, I bet like if you have read about Saivism, you already know about sadhanas, which are charya and kiriya. They would say charya is like the actions, the physical actions that we do for I'll explain. Let's not go to the terminology and definition. We'll just go with as simple as Kaivinai means we doing action towards the supreme being. So you can pick flowers, you can make it into a garland, you can offer it to the temple, you can attach yourself to some temple and then do service for them, and you can pray at home. Prayer is one of the most fundamental thing which has been spoken which has been like literally given to each and every Saivite. We have to pray 2 times a day. So throughout Tirumurai it has been said like we at least have to pray twice a day. So that's that. So we have to do this. This is Kaivinai. When you do Kaivinai, when you put God as the lead and you do actions towards him, right, that will direct you towards Nalvinai, which is like the good action. Because for example, let me try to explain this as much as I possibly could. So for example, I'm living here and I have a temple around my at the corner of my house, so I go there every time, and then I'm there and probably I'll get a chance like where the priest come and say like, can you donate a little bit of money? I know if I'm like financially stable, then probably he'll be like, can you give me a little bit of money for, you know, the puja in the temple. You can ask about what kind of puja is it. If it's valid, then you can give him some money, right? So when you do that, your action is good action where it is like going towards God, right? You are offering it to God. So that's Nalvinai. That's like money. Same way, when you are like so doing good and you attach yourself into spirituality, if you are financially stable again, if you have the luxury of sharing, then it will make us feel like it's not okay to like be so greedy and be so money-minded. Wealth is purely to be shared with people who don't have that, right? So if there's a kid who doesn't have enough money for education, there's possibility of you sharing your wealth with that kid, probably sponsoring the kid to go to school or something. That's another way of doing. See, this thing, it binds you with the morality, you know. The spiritual path always puts you in like, it's like a rail track, and it puts you right on the track where you are like forced to do more Nalvinai, which is good action. Yeah, so do donation. For example, you might think like, no, I don't have that much of money. Probably you have good cooking skill. Okay, so you've been going to this temple and probably they have some how do you say, some prayers, some guru puja, some 9 months guru puja. Then probably you could offer yourself to cook for them. You know, though they might have the vegetable and everything, probably you have good skill of cooking, then you can help them cook. Think about it, we have helped to cook for the devotees there. So is that a good action? Yes, it is. And then for example, like me, all I know is to like read some scriptures, and with God's grace I could understand some of Tamil literature. Then okay, fine, then I read a thirumurai and then I understood the meaning. So what I do is I go to a temple, I see bunch of kids sitting around or something, or like in one puja day, I grab the microphone and start elaborating or explaining one of the harm for the people, because we are helping others to understand Devaram. Is it a good deed? Is it a good action? Yes, it is. So that's how it happens. When you put spiritual work as your primary thing that you're gonna hold on to, it automatically opens up a lot of ways for you to do good action. So the bad actions will be like, if at all you were like so active in a temple or in an association, religious based association or something, you're doing so much good, then people around you is gonna recognize you for your good action. So it indirectly puts a strict border to you, or like strict gate around you. If you do bad, people gonna ask about it to you, like, what, he did it, he's such a good person, you know. So this social contract will indirectly make us to do less Tivinai, which is bad actions. So this is why we have to always bind ourselves towards God's activity, godly activity, spiritual activity, where we can concentrate on more good activities, right? So this is how he says praying, spiritual work is so important. Kaivinai seithu empiran kadal potradum, which means like yeah, here I almost forgot. In Saivism we have manam, vakku, kayam. All these three can considered as action. Manam is your thought, vak is your speech, and kayam means all the organs. So here for Saivites, it's very sensitive, guys. Action, even, you know, some people say like, oh, I thought that I would, you know, I thought bad mouthing him, but I did not bad mouth. So that's not yet a crime. But in Saivism, it doesn't work like that. For Saivism, you think your thought is already been out there, like you already thought about it, it's already considered action. So bad thoughts also leads you to bad actions. Good thought only gives you credit of good actions, right? So manam, vakku means speech, kayam is the body organs. So every exponent in Devaram emphasizes that we should control all these three and direct all these three, dedicate all these three only towards Nalvinai. It's very hard, it's not possible. But if you want it to be possible, all you have to do is spiritual work. When you only think about God, you think about greatness of God, you do more and more exploration in spiritual path and everything, in your thoughts, in your speech, in your speech is basically read a lot about Devaram, you know, try to get meaning, to know meaning for it and everything. All that will keep you bind to spirituality, more God and more good actions. So we have to control all three. I almost forgot that. Yeah, that's very important. Navukarasar even states like one padigam which called as Thiruangamalai. If you have time, definitely I'll try to give you explanation for that as well. In that he says like kangal kanmingalo, sevikal kenmingalo, mukedi muralai. He says like each and every part of your body, how it can be used for Kaivinai, which is like how can it service God, you know, that sort of thing. So like that we will see, look into it later. So here the song is Kaivinai seithu empiran kadal potradum. If we surrender ourselves to him and if we pray to him, you know, this is all indirect actually. This is very symbolization of things, you know. If we Kaivine is a practice. You put on more practice and practice and practice and practice on something, our unconscious mind would pick up on it. So when we do the puja, we pray to God, we do good things, we first we train physically this, and then one day it will turn internal, you know. So your thoughts will be positive, your thoughts will be more on spiritual path, and it's very indirect, and it's very complicated. So this is just a practice. Kaivine is practice physically. Do it until one day you make it, you know. Yeah, so when you do that, you indirectly surrender to God. You know He is the supreme being, then you will surrender to Him. When you surrender to Him, what happens is Seivinai Bandu Yemai Tinda Pera Tirunīlakantam. He says, like, once you surrender to Him, then you don't really, it doesn't really matter it's Nalvinay or Tivinay, it's a good deed or bad deed, because we're going to do good more. And so Tivinay, which brings bad things to us, will never come, it won't even come and touch us. It doesn't even have ability to touch us. And he says, I, ஞானசம்பந்தர், promise upon tirunīlakantam, I promise upon God, the Supreme Being Himself, it will never happen. He promises, He gives us word like that, alright? Thirumurai means God's this dark throat where the He keeps His venom, the poison. What it symbolizes is God's grace, the Supreme Being's grace. Definitely it has a story to it. I'll try to put a video here somewhere if the video is already up. Yeah, so he says, like, I promise upon God's mercy that if you surrender yourself to God, how one can surrender is by doing spiritual work in your thought, your heart, your speech, your body, physically, everything. If you dedicated it to doing spiritual work, it will only lead you to do positive act, nalvinay, good act, which will result in good things, and with that no harm will come and touch you. He ensures that. That's the theme of this song, and other 10 songs basically talks about more in detail how we should do this kaivine, which is like how we should lead ourselves into these spiritual activities. That's all for this song. It's a great song, simple one, yet with a lot of insights. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you like, share it. Take care and bye bye.